most important thing to me is this is the future of NASA and the future of space flight and the future of space instrumentation.
New imaging technology has revealed the 2,000-year-old text, which was previously unseen by the human eye.
NASA experimented with AI models for several decades, but faced a critical challenge. Available models were neither smart nor precise enough for space missions. In the early 1980s, a NASA researcher found a secret in an ancient Hindu manuscript, a secret that has guided NASA research in artificial intelligence to this day. Why is NASA relying on ancient manuscripts for modern coding problems, and how will it change the face of AI? Join us as we reveal the shocking details of the ancient manuscripts guiding NASA to space. NASA's shocking discovery. In the 1980s, NASA researcher Rick Briggs discovered something that still baffles experts today. He found that the ancient Indian Sanskrit language would help develop artificial intelligence, but many people did not take him seriously. During another interview, Briggs told the media that Sanskrit had unique structural properties that made it ideal for computer processing. In another paper published in AI magazine, he wrote that Sanskrit's grammar was so precise it could eliminate ambiguity in communication. For AI, this could be a game changer, and that was the beginning of NASA's interest in Sanskrit. Over the years, scientists have sought ways to create AI models to understand language as accurately as possible, but there was a challenge. Let's face it, human languages are messy. For instance, some words have multiple meanings, grammar rules are often broken, and context changes everything. But something about Sanskrit will change everything you thought you knew about language. You see, Sanskrit operates differently. It follows a highly organized system. Let's break it down. Every sentence in Sanskrit conveys only one meaning, which is something AI developers have been chasing for decades. So why is Sanskrit different from all other languages worldwide? Well, the answer is simple. Most languages we speak have evolved, and we have talked about it for thousands of years. Unfortunately, they pick up irregularities and inconsistencies. Take English, for instance, and some words are spelled one way and pronounced another. There are also words with multiple meanings. For example, think of bank, which could mean a place where you store money or the side of a river. Unlike human learners, AI struggles with problems like this. The result? AI models are full of misunderstandings and errors in translation and interpretation. Luckily, that is where Sanskrit stands out. It is designed with precision in mind. Every word is constructed using a systematic set of rules.
One of the most famous devotional texts of Hinduism. And just briefly, so what happens, Arjuna, he's about to enter a fight with his cousins. So it's a fight between two groups of cousins. It's a kind of good versus evil story, but it's not so black and white. There are many kind of shades of gray in between us.
It doesn't allow for vagueness because its grammar is algorithmic. For those unfamiliar with it, here is how it works. Once you know the rules of Sanskrit, there's no room for misinterpretation. It may sound unbelievable, but according to programming experts, Sanskrit is more structured than even programming languages like Python or Java. Well, that is not some random luck. Sanskrit was not always the language we know today. How it developed into what we see today will blow your mind. This story now takes us back to 2,000 years ago. There was a linguist in India called Panini. Panini drafted nearly 4,000 rules that define Sanskrit grammar with mathematical accuracy. For context, consider Panini's work, a programming manual long before computers existed. His system breaks down words into roots, prefixes, and suffixes. What is the result? A language that can generate sentences with exact meanings every single time. If this sounds familiar, our computer language follows a similar approach. Have you ever wondered how AI models understand our language? They try to break down our speech into smaller components so they can process and understand it more efficiently. But this is what makes Sanskrit better. While AI struggles to handle the randomness of modern languages, Sanskrit is already optimized for logical reasoning. That simply means Panini's model, developed thousands of years ago, is still the AI model we train today in language processing. But that is not all. Remember that AI is only as good as the data it's trained on, so one of the most significant issues with today's AI models is that they rely on vast amounts of text data, often filled with contradictions, slang, and informal speech patterns. This makes it hard for AI to give consistent responses. Imagine an AI system trained in a language where every sentence follows a strict set of logical rules. There would be no room for double meanings or misinterpretations. AI would have a much easier time processing, understanding, and generating language without confusion. If you think that is all, you are wrong. You are about to witness the raw power of the Sanskrit language. Stay with us. Sanskrit versus modern language models. According to Briggs, AI would handle more sensitive data with surgical precision if researchers could integrate this model into all AI language models. That means AI will give sound and accurate information on areas like legal documents, medical texts, scientific research, and all fields where precision is critical. A contract written in English might have loopholes due to ambiguous phrasing, but every clause would be crystal clear in Sanskrit. AI trained in such a language could reduce errors and improve decision-making in these high-stakes areas. Some AI developers, such as XAI, want to create systems that understand the world more deeply and meaningfully.
Elon Musk is starting a new company to get into the field of artificial intelligence. Musk announced the launch of XAI today.
One of the most significant troubles with AI today is reasoning. We are made to think AI models can reason, but what they do most of the time is predict words based on patterns. Despite AI's ability to generate human-like text, it doesn't actually understand the meaning behind its words. AI is trained on vast amounts of data, predicting the most likely response based on patterns. But real thought isn't just about prediction. It's about understanding, reasoning, and applying logic in a way that makes sense. Could Sanskrit play a role in bridging this gap? Innovators like Musk have called for aligning AI with human cognition, making it more intuitive and logical. According to researchers, Sanskrit could help develop AI that thinks more like humans, reducing the guesswork that is fast lowering people's confidence in modern AI models. Instead of generating responses based on probabilities, an AI trained in Sanskrit principles can reason through problems systematically, much like a mathematician solving an equation. Great, right? Fantastic. But many may not understand that Sanskrit is more than a language. It is a philosophy. AI isn't just about putting numbers together or processing data. It is about understanding the world, making decisions, and, in the long run, thinking in a way that aligns with human intelligence. In the AI world, this is precisely the kind of system researchers dream of, where logic is embedded into the foundation to ensure that meaning is always consistent. Forget language for a moment. Do you know that Sanskrit is also a model for computational thinking? Panini worked on generative grammar some 2,000 years ago, and when scientists examined his work, what they found surprised them. They discovered that his works mimic modern coding languages. The manuscripts are more like algorithms for others to follow to avoid errors. That's exactly what NASA has been doing with AI research. NASA researchers came up with a brilliant idea. What if Sanskrit could be used as a programming language for AI? Most coding languages today focus on speed and efficiency, but they can be messy. Bugs, misinterpretations, and weird errors happen all the time. That's not ideal when you're dealing with million-dollar space missions. Those errors could be avoided if AI were built using a Sanskrit-inspired framework. NASA has also been looking into how AI systems can talk to each other without misunderstandings. Machines getting confused by vague instructions is a real problem. Have you ever sent a request on an AI app only to get an unclear and confusing response? Yes, AI gets confused all the time, but Sanskrit's crystal clear structure could be the blueprint for a universal AI language where every command is understood precisely as intended. If AI will run more of our space missions, maybe it's time to take a cue from one of the most structured languages ever created. The question now is, can we successfully integrate this ancient system into modern AI models? That's where things start to get even more enjoyable. Can Sanskrit help scientists build smarter AI models? The ancient Sanskrit might have a massive role in smarter AIs. Insiders reveal that NASA scientists have examined how Sanskrit could help the AI US space program. But before we reveal more, let's step back and talk about something just as important: zero. You probably don't think about zero much, but without it, we wouldn't have computers, AI, or even basic math as we know it. And guess what? Zero, as we use it today, was formally defined by an Indian mathematician named Brahmagupta way back in the 7th century. Before that, civilizations had ways of showing nothing, but they didn't have a proper mathematical concept of zero. Brahmagupta changed that. He laid the foundation for everything from simple arithmetic to the complex AI algorithms we use today. In other words, ancient Indian scholars weren't just good at math. They had laid the foundation of modern technology centuries before computers existed. Now back to Sanskrit. If zero gave us a foundation for numbers, Sanskrit might be the key to building better AI. We mentioned the extraordinary discovery of NASA researcher Rick Brigsat. In the beginning, NASA was already using AI for deep space missions, and in the future, astronauts might rely on AI to make critical decisions millions of miles away from Earth. In those situations, there's no room for mistakes. If AI misunderstands a command or misinterprets data, it could mean the difference between success and disaster. A Sanskrit-based logic system could ensure that AI understands instructions with absolute clarity, no confusion, and no guessing, and it's not just space missions. AI is increasingly integrated into our daily lives, from self-driving cars to medical diagnostics, but AI needs a solid foundation of structured reasoning for it to work safely and effectively. Some researchers wonder if a Sanskrit-inspired framework could help AI overcome its limitations, but that is not all. Another area where Sanskrit could help is brain-computer interfaces. BCIs are systems that allow humans to control technology using only their thoughts. Think about a future where you could send a text, operate a robotic arm, or even maintain a spacecraft just by thinking about it. The challenge is creating a system that can accurately interpret neural signals without misreading them. Sanskrit's structured, rule-based system could help refine how AI processes these signals, reducing errors and making BCI technology more reliable, but beyond NASA and space missions. The global AI race is heating up, and every major country is trying to advance. Experts believe that India has a unique advantage in AI development, thanks to its deep linguistic heritage. If Sanskrit-inspired logic can help build better AI, India could lead in the next generation of artificial intelligence. Instead of just being a consumer of AI technology, India could be at the forefront of this innovation. It sounds unbelievable that something as ancient as Sanskrit can help develop an AI model. The good news is that history has already shown that these ideas stand the test of time. Brahmagupta's zero is now a fundamental part of computing, and who's to say Sanskrit won't be next? Maybe one day, the most advanced AI systems in the world will be built on the same linguistic principles developed thousands of years ago. The massive objects in space. After NASA's latest announcement confirmed that massive objects, unlike anything ever seen before, have been detected on a direct path toward Earth, scientists started to analyze the data, but the size and speed of these objects suggests something extraordinary is about to unfold in space. It is believed that the impact of one of those objects would be extremely destructive if it enters the Earth's atmosphere. While the exact nature of these objects remains a mystery, their movement has triggered high-level alerts. What could these objects mean for our planet? Are we prepared for what's coming? The answers may surprise you, and what NASA is doing right now could be the key to humanity's survival. But before we dive deeper, let's rewind for a moment. It was reported that a near-Earth's object was likely ejected into space after an impact thousands of years ago. Now, it is believed that it could contribute new insights to asteroids and lunar science. The small near-Earth object known as 2004 PT5 was reported to have captured the world's attention last year after a NASA-funded telescope discovered that it lingered close to our planet for several months. The asteroid, which was about 33 feet wide, was believed to not have posed a hazard to Earth, but its orbit around the Sun was reported to have closely matched that of our planet, which gave a hint that it may have originated nearby. As described in a study published on the 14th of January, 2024 in the Astrophysical Journal Letters, researchers were reported to have collected further evidence of 2024 PT5 being of local origin. Reports have it that it was composed of rock broken off from the Moon's surface and ejected into space after a large impact. Teddy Coretta, an astronomer at Lowell Observatory in Arizona, who led the research, said that they had a general idea that the asteroid may have come from the Moon, but the smoking gun was when they found out that it was rich in silicate minerals, not the kind that are seen on asteroids, but those that have been found in lunar rock samples. Teddy also said they observed that it looked like it hadn't been in space for very long, maybe just a few thousand years, as there was a lack of space weathering that would have caused its spectrum to redden. A second clue was believed to have come when they observed how the object moved along with asteroids, space-age debris, such as old rockets from historic launches, which could also be found in Earth-like orbits. Reports have it that the difference in their orbits had to do with how each type responds to solar radiation pressure, which was believed to have come from the momentum of photons and quantum particles of light from the Sun. A tiny force is believed would be exerted when they hit a solid object in space. It is also believed that momentum exchanged from many photons over time has the capacity to push an object around ever so slightly, which could speed it up or slow it down. While a human-made object, like a hollow rocket booster, will move like an empty tin can in the wind, a natural object, such as an asteroid, is believed to be less affected. Researchers, who studied asteroid 2024 PT5, were reported to have plotted its looping motion on two graphs. They showed that the object never got captured by Earth's gravity, but instead lingered nearby before it continued its orbit around the Sun. The discovery of 2024 PT5 is believed to have doubled the number of known asteroids thought to originate from the Moon. Another asteroid, 469219 Kaho'olawe, was also reported to have been found in 2016 with an Earth-like orbit around the Sun. It was discovered that it may also have been ejected from the lunar surface after a large impact. The question now is, what are these large objects that NASA has just confirmed are heading towards the Earth? Stay tuned, as the most shocking part is next. NASA's latest warnings. 2 weeks ago, NASA reported two asteroids, 2024 YC9 and 2024 YL1, to have hit the Earth. These two were believed to have approached the Earth at safe distances. The first asteroid, 2024 YC9, was reported to have measured a size comparable to that of a house. It was believed to have made its closest approach to Earth at 10:17 a.m. Indian Standard Time. It was also believed to have passed within 1,310,000 kilometers, which is a little over 3 times the Earth-Moon distance. Reports have it that it traveled at a speed of 31,293 kilometers per hour. The second asteroid, 2024 YL1, was reportedly smaller. It was said to have measured 38 feet and had roughly the size of a bus. It was also reported to have approached the Earth at 11:33 p.m. IST and passed at a distance of 2,360,000 kilometers, which is approximately 6 times the Earth-Moon distance. It was believed to have had a speed of 17,221 kilometers per hour. NASA has now issued a fresh alert about new asteroids believed to be heading towards the Earth. The first one is the 2025 BH2. This object is believed to be a massive space rock of about the size of an airplane, and will be making its closest approach to the Earth tomorrow, January 27, 2025 at 8:51 p.m. IST. Reports have it that asteroid 2025 BH2, which measures approximately 100 feet in diameter, will move through space at a speed of 25,634 km per hour. It was reported that it's going to remain at a distance of 6,880,000 kilometers from Earth, a margin which is believed to be safe in astronomical terms. Other asteroids expected to approach the Earth this month are 2025 BS4, 2025 BFS, 2025 by 1 with approximate sizes of 22, 36, and 33 feet each. Their closest Earth approaches are reported to be 511,000, 797,000, and 1,630,000 respectively. Reports have it that despite their sizes and impressive speed, there's no need to worry as NASA considers such objects as potentially hazardous asteroids if they are at least 150 meters wide and come within 7.4 million kilometers of Earth. NASA revealed that asteroids frequently pass by Earth without causing any harm. Most of these space objects are believed to be located in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter, far from our planet, but only a small percentage are reported to have orbits that bring them closer to the Earth. NASA, along with observatory bodies like Pan-STARRS and the Catalina Sky Survey, are said to have continuously monitored near-Earth objects using advanced telescopes and radar systems. Astronomers are believed to always calculate their orbits with precision in order to ensure early detection of any potential risks. If you think that's hard to believe, wait until you hear this. NASA's immediate reaction to the recent discovery. Despite reports that these objects are less hazardous, it is believed that the impact would be extremely destructive if it were to hit the Earth. It is estimated that if an asteroid entered Earth's atmosphere, it would explode 29 kilometers above the ground and release energy equivalent to 16 megatons of TNT. The 2025 BH2 is also believed to have the capacity that could lead to the extinction of dinosaurs. This explosion is believed would cause a terrible shockwave, but would not cause a direct ground impact, which underscores the importance of close monitoring. In response, the NASA Center for Near-Earth Object Studies is reported to have started to monitor the asteroid to assess its impact risk. Data from worldwide observatories and amateur astronomers are also reported to be in place to help track these objects' paths. The Minor Planet Center is reportedly saddled with the responsibility of gathering this information, while programs like Pan-STARRS and NEOWISE would provide detailed observations. A NASA spokesperson said with NASA's vigilant monitoring, the Earth remains protected from the dangers of space rocks like the 2025 BH2. The Indian Space Research Organization is also reported to be closely monitoring asteroid 2025 BH2, which is expected to come very close to Earth. Indian Space Research Organization is reported to have a newly added planetary defense domain, which is tasked with protecting Earth from extraterrestrial threats. In a recent interview with NDTV, ISRO Chairman Dr. S. Somanath said that a large asteroid strike is a real existential threat for humanity. He added that ISRO is very alive to that threat, and their network for space objects tracking and analysis is also monitoring 2025 BH2 very closely. He said since we have only one Earth to live on, India will cooperate with all nations to ward off this and other such future threats. Dr. Somanath said that ISRO will surely study the 2025 BHS asteroid on its closest approach as past asteroid impacts, such as a meteor, which hit Lonar in Maharashtra 500,000 years ago, is believed to have highlighted the potential dangers. He said a crater lake now marks the Lonar collision site. He added that international space agencies are planning missions to study and potentially divert Apophis. NASA's OSIRIS-REx, which returned samples from another asteroid, is being redirected to Apophis. The European Space Agency is reported to be considering launching the Rapid Asteroid Mission for Security and Safety Ramses in 2028, with possible Indian collaboration. NASA is also reported to have acquired the Asteroid Watch dashboard that tracks asteroids and comets that will make relatively close approaches to Earth. Reports have it that the dashboard will display the date of closest approach, approximate object diameter, relative size, and distance from Earth for each encounter. The object's name will also be displayed by hovering over its encounter date. Clicking on the encounter date will also display a web page with details about that object. The dashboard is believed to display the next 5 Earth approaches to within 4.6, which is approximately 7.5 million kilometers, or 19.9 times the distance to the Moon. An object larger than about 150 meters that can approach the Earth to within this distance is termed a potentially hazardous object. While the objects pose no danger, it reminds us of the importance of tracking space rocks to protect our planet. This celestial event is an opportunity to marvel at the wonders of the universe. What do you think about the asteroid that is reported to hit the Earth tomorrow? Do you believe in the existence of asteroids?
Astronomers using the Panoramic Survey Telescope and Rapid Response System, or PAN-STARRS, detect a mysterious object traveling at high speed through our solar system.
While observing the cosmos, it is not uncommon for astronomers to encounter quite strange and eerie objects, or things that put a question mark on what we know. Of these strange objects is the outstanding Oumuamua, which showed in 2017 and is now back with attributes that leave scientists with a flood of questions. What really is this Oumuamua? Where did it come from? And why is it showing up again all of a sudden? Keep watching to find out. The arrival of the Oumuamua into our solar system has indeed opened the eyes of many scientists to reality. All over the world, there is an awakening as mankind has become fully aware of the benefits of understanding the universe. But not only that, we are also aware that ignorance has consequences, which no one would like to bear. In the past few decades, so much has been done to plant man's feet on the ground in space exploration. Satellites have been launched and telescopes have been created, alongside rockets with spacecraft going on missions. As this is so much effort being put in, it is easy to think that we are likely prepared for the worst. But this thought had only lasted until Oumuamua tumbled in on us with such speed, shape, and mystery that tells us that we were never prepared for it. But what is Oumuamua? Though no one knew what it was when it first showed up, it soon dawned on scientists what type of objects they were dealing with. It was nothing known to our solar system but an interstellar object. Amazingly, it wasn't discovered by any space telescope, but was caught in sight by Robert Wyrick using the Pan-STARRS 1 telescope in Hawaii on October 19, 2017. It is not strange that this telescope discovered Oumuamua, since the Pan-STARRS 1 is no ordinary telescope. This telescope is equipped with advanced technology, allowing it to scan large portions of the night sky rapidly without having any problems with atmospheric hindrances. When it picked up on Oumuamua, scientists were thrilled and puzzled, as the cosmic wanderer was unlike anything we had seen before. Interestingly, Oumuamua means scout or messenger in Hawaiian, and it lived up to its title. Estimated to be tens of billions of years old, this strange visitor had arrived from outside our solar system, zipping through at an incredible speed of 196,000 miles per hour, 87.3 kilometers per second. Its funny-looking shape and strange trajectory left experts scratching their heads. Was it a comet? An asteroid? Was it an alien spacecraft? Nobody was quite sure. The excitement around Oumuamua's discovery soon spread like wildfire in the scientific community as observatories worldwide joined the hunt, collecting as much data as possible during its brief visit. Before completing its visit, the strange object made an astonishing close approach to the Sun, and yet wasn't sucked in. This caused more questions to arise on what Oumuamua was. After analyzing its trajectory and velocity, scientists concluded that Oumuamua originated from outside our solar system, somewhere in the vicinity of another star. It entered the solar system from above the plane of the planets, swung around the Sun, and then departed on a hyperbolic trajectory which showed that it was headed back into interstellar space. Oumuamua's visit to the solar system was brief, and it moved too quickly to be captured by the Sun's gravity. It made its closest approach to the Sun, perihelion, on September 9, 2017, and then sped away from the solar system. Indeed, the object's peculiar characteristics and unexpected origin has puzzled astronomers ever since. But what characteristics of the Oumuamua leave scientists puzzled? When encountering Oumuamua, the first noteworthy thing is its strange and abnormal loo and shape, different from anything known in our spherical solar system. For the citizens of the Milky Way solar system, it is usual to encounter space objects that are spherical in shape. This is a result of gravity pulling in from various planets within. But the Oumuamua's shape is nothing like that of objects born within this solar system. But how did it look exactly? Based on its brightness variations, Oumuamua seemed to have an elongated and irregularly shaped structure, which is described to be that of a cigar or a pancake, with a length-to-width ratio of about 6:1. This is the very beginning of its uniqueness, as many other mysterious features of the Oumuamua lies underway. So many speculations have erupted already from the mysterious shape of Oumuamua. According to some, it may have been a product of some sort of collision in space, or might be debris from the early stages of the formation of a new planet. With their unique look, the cosmic needle-like objects still had many things that made them very mysterious. Most interestingly, Oumuamua is said to have a single-like shape and a reddish tint, making it a complete space cigar indeed. There are a few theories why Oumuamua might have a red tint. One possibility is that it is made of a carbonaceous material, such as a comet nucleus. Another possibility is that Oumuamua is covered in organic molecules, which can also have a red tint. However, it's also possible that the red tint of Oumuamua is due to something else entirely. For example, it has been suggested that the red tint could be caused by radiation damage from the interstellar medium. In addition to its weird shape attributes, Oumuamua, when sighted, did not move normally, but was rather found to be tumbling through space. This was quite unusual compared to other moving space objects, and scientists tried to explain this in different ways. Some have developed ideas of a binary system, where two objects are found orbiting around each other. To create a tumbling effect, one of these orbiting objects had likely pulled away forcefully from its companion, causing it to tumble through space and into our solar system.
Thank you for staying with us. Can the ancient Sanskrit manuscripts help developers build smarter AI models? Share your opinions with us in the comments section. If you enjoyed the video, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Also, click the following video on your screen and you will enjoy it.